Yo, what's good, Spencer? How's your trading day? Alright, put this over here. Alright, going through my trades really quick. I thought NASDAQ would be a little bit more flat today, but overall, some good trades. Took this short here. I thought this would play out further down. This did fit into an IB trade. We broke the IB high and then hit some extensions, didn't come back down. This tapped 618 perfectly. I tried to short it again when I should have leaned towards further extensions getting hit. And then I did catch this short off this pop. You can see the volume here. There was exhausted buyers in this area, and we hit those upper end extensions. So just shorted it back down to VWAP. That also would have made a nice fib trade off the 0.5. Just rally back up to that previous high up here. So overall pretty solid. I also took this YM trade. This would have played out and hit my TP. I just closed it early. So yeah, waiting for payout to process. Okay, all good. I think you took this this short on paper as well, though. All right, I'm just gonna wrap this week up paper trading. So start an account next week, but overall, it's been solid. Just paper trading. It's been making me force trades less. I'm just looking for clean setups. Can you give me an honest review of the Edgeful algo? I honestly have not used it too much, so I can't really do that. Can't give an opinion on it. All right, so let's pop in to trade review. All right, I didn't review DreFX yesterday. 1 to 2 RR on gold. Overall bias was rejection from 0.5 on fibs and trendline breakout and retest. Entered off retest and then added position, closing above. VWMA was one mistake. It was closing trade right before TP and trying to re-enter. Okay, so clean long here. Another clean long. All right, in here, I like both of these. This first entry is clean to me, and then this little retest. I would put my I like where the stop's at, and then as this starts to trend up, I just bring the stop up to here, and then possibly trail it tighter as it gets closer to TP. Why am I paper trading? Because I've been tilted for 2 weeks, so I need to take a little break. Just go back to paper. It's fine. Took this nice micro long from 47 to 565 and 546 to 578 on MNQ in my cash account. Okay, this is clean. I just adjust that stop up as it comes up. Also on the 1 minute. I don't personally like the 1 minute. Closed out on that and then caught it on the retrace. Both clean trades on yellow. Last night I got a nice little short from 513 to 404. A long from 531 to 507. Okay. Next short there. And then I don't know what's going on over here. So this I'm not too sure about this bit. Spencer, once you see the funds are removed from your account, then you can start trading again. Usually the first payout takes a little bit longer than subsequent payouts. After the first payout, the second payout's usually within like the first hour of requesting it. What's good, Zeke? Not my best trading in the Ninja competition. I have 3 more days to catch up. Currently placed 28 out of 2,000 on day 2. Okay. Solid stats. You have to use large size on this, which is crazy. 18 wins, 15 losses. It's the RR. This is solid 4 RR, 50% win rate. Very solid. All right, Dylan, that's good. Gold short win 786 of IB around VWAP and low volume node that rejected, then came back up and dumped after I entered. A setup for me. 2.1R. 20 micros could stop at IB high, $300 risk, $25 in commission. Exit at opposing bullish fib and low volume node would have held longer, but accidentally dragged stop to price because the plate was on top of my control button and it glitched out. Damn. Okay, yeah, I like this short. This also came right up to VWAP as well. It didn't tap VWAP, but it was damn near close to it. No, I like this short. This one did run. Clean. Very clean trade. Overall solid so far. 3 winners. Very solid. Good stuff, Dylan. FTMO took long after Asia was swept. 1-2, 1.8 RR. Didn't risk too much because there was no 3-minute IFEG. This was more of a PA trade as I expected us to push up a fair bit. Could have gotten more out of this trade, but happy to build data and pass this account. Yeah, so this gold trade in London, clean. Yeah, I think this is where you adjusted your stop after it started to turn up. As it gets closer to TP, you can just trail on 5 minutes or 3 minute. 5 or 3 minute depends on how you want to view it. And then I want to go into GC really quick. So for those of you with premium, my market update was I was looking at this fib from these London lows. This was the fib I was using. I had another fib off this PM low, but I wasn't sure if it was solid or not because there was no, like, we hadn't tested it yet. There was a slight reaction off the 618 and then it just it just fell. But this came down to the 618 perfectly. Tapped it, reacted, tapped again, reacted, tapped again, reacted, tapped again, reacted. So this 618 very solid. And I think this was your London trade. Alize. Sorry. Oopsies. Yeah, I like this long. Just back up to VWAP. Like, this is clean. Just a little mean reversion trade. And then could have taken it again here. Could have taken it again here. So overall, really clean on gold. And that analysis was working. Up 500. Very solid. Short attempt on gold, framing Asia bearish, VWAP entry, management 1 mini, got stopped out for 300. Bad, entry was bad, 0.5 fib above, bounced from POC from session before. I looked at the long but didn't take because Asia was bearish. Management was good. Okay, Suzuki, you shorted this at 34.30. I'm fine with this short. I think this short was fine. I think maybe you just entered a little too early. Because if I look at the opposing leg fib, I know this is going to get a little chaotic, so let me delete this last one. This opposing leg fib, right at the 0.5. So I think you just entered a little too early on this. Yeah, stopped at 34.33. Bro, you got stopped to like the tick on this. So just a little bit too early of an entry. Let it come up to that VWAP next time. Oh, you re-entered on it? Okay, gotcha. Second short on gold, give it another try because I like the idea. Pixar adjustments, framing Asia bear. Okay, 1 mini. Made loss back plus 300. Trailed pretty aggressively at the end because we were going out of value area low and bought back up here before. Okay, bad late entry. Up 900 with only 3 trades and 1 was a loss. Only trade in London with small size. Okay, where's the entry here? Yeah, so a little late on the entry on this one. Yeah, so this is clean. This entry was a little early, and then entry was a little late on the retry, but ended up working out. I like bringing the stop in. Okay, good management on this. And this TP is a little bit far. Okay, great management, Siki. Very solid trade. Reason for trade, we created a low time frame demand zone, came back, swept the liquidity, forming POC there. Sellers going to push through gold's largest exchange. Closes at 7:45 a.m. Reopens at 8:30, so I knew the volume would pick back up. Entered and watched Bookmap to see who stepped in. More buyers did targeted VWAP, which was right below supply and aligned with previous higher low, knowing that we would be first point of resistance as my exit trade happened in one candle, so no use for management. Okay, I'd still just bring this up to break even at least when it's right there, or even trail on the 1 minute. Took this trade right before. This is a clean trade though. A little oversized, but yeah, just a 1-to-1. Yeah, solid. Took this trade right before market open on GC. Reason for this trade is in both Asia and London rejected from 33.34 level on lower time frame, which was also resistance on higher time frame level. Had tight stop, ended up running down almost 90 ticks. Last 10 days have been tough trading wise, so I'm waiting until September 1st to activate and trade these two XFAs. Okay, so this is the short. Yeah, came right back up to that level. We rejected from previously. Clean little trade back down to the lows. Some solid gold trades, bro. New York MNQ loss, 0.5 from high time frame highs, 76 from New York Fib and low volume node VWAP. Looked like reaction to me. If VWAP saw CVD drop as well, around there, went in my direction for a bit, then reversed. Less dollar risk with stop, just at high of expected 45-minute IB. Locked out 474 for winning day. Have some stuff to do today. Can't be on chart and NVIDIA. Okay. Shorted here. Yeah, I would have probably just waited for more because this is such a strong rally. I wouldn't have shorted here. I waited till later in the day for us to get a bit higher, and then when the buying stalled out, that's when I shorted. But overall solid stats so far, Dylan. I think this is just a little early. Maybe just wait for IB on that. Maybe GC scalp framing gold kind of ranging between value areas and low volume nodes. Good discipline locking out on that though. Bounce from support, low volume node before, which was POC of last session. Could have went with shorts too, but decided to wait and take the long. Also that New York VWAP from Monday kept getting respected. Management 1 mini again, adjusted out pretty quick to break even because of NVIDIA and seeing some weird activity in the footprint, protecting the winning day and don't trade gold in New York often. Adjusted and traded pretty aggressively on the way up. Good buys, patient waiting, risk management, trade management. Bad, I guess entry could have been a bit lower. Forgot to take a screenshot of stop loss trails. Where'd you get in on this? No, I think this entry is pretty much perfect, bro. This isn't a bad entry at all. Clean. This ended up running, so you could have held it. Because I don't think we printed a single. Yeah, if I look at this on, yeah, tighten here, tighten here, let this base form, and then continue to rally, tighten here, and then tighten up here. Just see if it can run. But good trade, Ziki. High time frame we've been ranging was looking for us to continue down to the lows at 618, form New York high plus low volume node plus big buyer node continuation. New York VWAP 830 plus CVD divergence plus big aggressive seller stepping in. Okay, so we shorted this. I didn't really like the shorts day till later in the session. I like them here, back here on this, like up here, but I didn't like them once we started to rally. When you see this big displacement, did not like that at all. Tight stop on this. Actually, where is it? It's hard to tell. Shorted at 29. Okay, so 15-point stop. And then shorted at 49. Yeah, should have waited on this re-entry. Because this is looking like it's going to break the IB high. So I would have waited on this re-entry. I understand the short here with the low volume node in there, but I probably would have waited on this just to see. Like, we didn't really get a reaction off this. We got a wick, and then here didn't get a reaction either. I would have just waited on that a little bit. CVD divergence. So you have a low volume node, CVD divergence. So this made a new high, but the CVD was lower. It's just not that big of a CVD divergence. When we're looking at CVD divergences, we want to look for bigger differences. Biggest buyer all session, no follow through, made new highs on the CVD, and it made a higher high. So there's no longer a CVD divergence here. There's no longer a CVD divergence here, and you had a big seller at these lows. So I think this is just a misread. High time frame we've been ranging was looking for us to continue down to lows. 0.5 on high time frame fib plus high time frame low volume node and resistance. Failed buying at as precise earlier at session VWAP, which we had underneath all session at PSC. Failed buying CVD divergence, rep moved down, making low volume node. Failed buying at the low volume node, so I entered. 2 losses on the day with the XFA, but like the trade, so all good. Yeah, I think the re-entry is just a little early on this. And this doesn't look like a reaction. Like, there's not a reaction on this. I think it's just a misread. Because if I'm... Like, there's not a reaction off this 0.5. There's no reaction here, and no reaction here. Bombaclat, it's me, RJ. RJ, how you doing? RTY IB strat 45 minutes, same as 60. Waited on confirmation 0.5. Yeah, RTY is clean. Yeah, same strat works across multiple assets. I actually did take that on RTY. I tried it up here. I was looking for continuation, and then I tried it again when it came back down to that 0.5 and VWAP tap. Got out of it. I was just seeing if it worked or not. But yeah, same confluence system works. Just swept London high, confirmation short to London low. London high, short to London low. Okay. Yeah, going for the London double rake. No, it already did a double rake. Already swept that out. But yeah, it was back in that Asia consolidation range. So that's where I shorted as well. I shorted that. I was just looking for the mean reversion back to VWAP, and I think that hit the extension level as well. Yeah, it hit the... Is this right? Yeah. It hit the 0.7 and rejected there. So I shorted it. Because it looked like it reacted off that. I also like how it consolidated, pushed up, and then failed. Figures trade due to all the talk about upcoming news. I didn't trade this on my combine, although I wish I did. Wait for London Asia highs to be swept and back into range. Very solid. Yeah, hit that 0.7, rejected. Clean. We can expand the TP out a little bit and just scale at that initial, and then I would actually target the IB high in this instance. Just look for that IB high to sweep. But clean trade. Yeah, you can target that IB high and then just trail on 5 minute. Did not end up taking any trades today, but wanted to post still for consistency purposes. Anticipated toppy, shitty PA today, so was extremely patient and disciplined with all potential trade ideas I had. I know people traded YM today, but I'm not familiar with it, so I decided to stick with MQ like I normally do. Had long bias, which played out, and also recognized utilizing a 1 hour IV instead of 45-minute, which worked out a lot better. Still really happy with how I've been anticipating market moves in my pre-market analysis, but just needed to execute on those ideas better. I had a question though. At what point do you think someone transitions from patient, disciplined trader to an unconfident trader? For example, I've been extremely patient with my trading all this week, and I have only taken one L out of 3 trading days. I would at least be trying paper trades, Rob, just to continue to get reps in. If you see an idea, try it, right? And then try to translate it. Short on ES today, YouTube video. I will watch that later. Took 2 trades today, 1 long, 1 short. Context, I was assuming that we trade within fair value from last Friday. Since we had Monday and Tuesday consolidating within the same fair value, my idea was to short above value area high and long below value area low, so I wasn't expecting the auction to go for discovery before NVIDIA earnings come out. Today was prime example of AMT. I don't know what AMT is. Shorts at value area high, top tick, saw buyers gain absorbed as we're reaching the high day, and the market has been rejecting from that level many times already. So shorted targeting VWAP, played up to the tick. Nice. Trade 2, once we hit VWAP, sellers started stepping in. Also happened to be very value area low for the day, 618 on the fib, so I longed it since we were playing inside the range anyway. Bottom ticked. Okay. Yeah. Past the volume area high and into this volume shelf. We rejected here previously. I like the short. Yep, clean. RJ. And then, yeah, 618. Yep, perfect setup. Very clean, bro. And then you shorted it. Yeah. Very clean, RJ. A small loss first, then took another trade but got edged. Trailed stop loss up and hit stop loss first, then TP. Thanks to RJ for changing my mind to move stop loss way too up, and it hit my stop loss. Then wanted to go long again, but when Baron went short, so I do not want to vary Baron, so I didn't take it. Then shorted with Baron and hit TP. But you were short 64 cents. But took a long to bottom, made my required money. Past 1 combine and made money on my XFA. Solid. Yeah. Go longs after huge Asian dump into high time frame zone. Weekly VWAP. The volume node went for 1 to 2 target, about 50% retracement. Exited after rejection and 5-minute closure. Did not hold as I generally do not trade in New York, but overall great winning day with discipline. Okay, very nice. Yeah, same long Alize took. This is clean. I'm gonna give it to RJ because he cooked today. Oh, auction market that you... Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Cool. I'll have a market update after NVIDIA earnings are out and market settles a little bit. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Holy don't. Did we just dump? Whoa! What the... Yeah, this is... this is crazy, bro. Oh my god! What's NVIDIA doing? You gotta wait. You gotta wait till after the earnings call because this will get crazy. Holy hell! Damn! This is why I do not touch earnings plays anymore. I bet this goes back up too. Like, earnings gets crazy. Alright. What's Eric doing? I don't know if he bought shares or not. Asia, do you think it will be choppy? It should be trendy. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.